Barış Arduç walks away. Elçin Sangu left heartbroken. They never worked together again after 2019. Fans noticed, but no one said anything until last month, when Barış Arduç gave an interview that made everything uncomfortably clear. For years, Turkish drama lovers shipped them harder than any on-screen couple. The chemistry was undeniable. The rumors were constant. And then one day, it all just stopped. So, what actually happened between Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu? And why are fans only now realizing the truth? If you don't know these names, you need to. Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu starred together in Kiralık Aşk, one of the biggest Turkish romantic comedies of the 2010s. The show was massive. International fanbase, endless press tours, and a chemistry so convincing that fans genuinely believed something was happening off-screen. But here's the thing, they were never together. Despite the rumors, despite the red carpets, despite the interviews where they'd smile just a little too long. And after the show wrapped, silence. No projects together. Barely any public interaction. Just distance. At first it seemed normal. Actors move on. Careers diverge. But fans started noticing patterns. Barış got married in 2020 to Gups Ozi, his longtime partner and a fellow actress. Beautiful wedding. Very public. Very definitive. Meanwhile, Elçin remained single, focusing on her career, doing interviews where she'd occasionally get asked about Barış, and her answers became more careful every time. In one 2021 interview, a host jokingly asked if she'd ever work with Barış again. Elçin paused, smiled politely, and said, "I think that chapter is closed." The host laughed, but fans didn't, because the way she said it felt final. Then came the social media deep dive. Fans realized Elçin had unfollowed Barış years ago. Not dramatic, not announced, just quietly removed. Barış still followed her, but she didn't follow back. And in the world of celebrity social media, that speaks volumes. According to reports from Turkish entertainment outlets, there had been tension during the final season of Kiralık Aşk. Nothing explosive, but enough that people on set noticed. Some sources claimed Elçin had developed real feelings. Others said Barış had been clear about his relationship with Gups from the beginning, but the lines blurred during press tours. Nothing was ever confirmed, but the energy shifted. Fast forward to 2023. Barış and Gups had a daughter. Picture-perfect family. Elçin, meanwhile, became one of Turkey's highest-paid actresses, starring in Bir Aşk Hikayesi and building a fiercely independent brand. But every now and then, in interviews, fans would catch something. A wistful look when Kiralık Aşk was mentioned. A quick change of subject when Barış's name came up. Online, the speculation never really stopped. Fan pages. Theory threads. Side-by-side photo comparisons from 2016 versus now. The consensus? Something had shifted. And it wasn't just professional. Then, last month, everything came into focus. Barış Arduç sat down for a rare long-form interview. It was supposed to be about his new series. But halfway through, the host asked about his most memorable on-screen partnership. He didn't hesitate. Elçin is an incredible actress. We had something special on that show. But he paused. Sometimes, the best decision is to leave things in the past. Not everything is meant to continue. The host pressed, "Would you ever work with her again?" And Barış very calmly, very deliberately said, "I don't think that would be right. For anyone involved." Fans exploded. Because that's not a scheduling conflict. That's not a creative difference. That's a boundary. According to sources close to production teams, offers had been made over the years. Projects that wanted to reunite them. Big budgets. Romantic leads. And every time, Barış reportedly declined. Not because of career strategy, but because his wife, Gups, had made it clear, some doors stay closed. And Elçin? She hasn't commented. But days after the interview aired, she posted a cryptic Instagram story. Just a quote, "Not all love stories end the way we want. Some just teach us who we're not meant to become." It wasn't tagged. It wasn't explained. But the timing was impossible to ignore. Fans immediately started connecting dots. Old interviews resurfaced. One from 2017, where Elsin admitted she'd learned a lot about boundaries during Kerala Ask. Another where she said, "Sometimes you love someone in a way that doesn't fit into real life." At the time, people thought she was talking about her character. Now, it feels like a confession. So did Barış walk away? Or was there never really anything to walk away from? The truth, like most things in celebrity relationships, probably lives somewhere in the middle. Maybe Elsin felt something. Maybe Barış knew and created distance. Maybe the chemistry was too real, and the only way to protect what mattered was to let it go. What's clear is this. Two people who once couldn't stop smiling at each other now exist in completely separate worlds. And while Barış has moved on, publicly, definitively, Elsin's story feels unfinished. Not because she's stuck, but because some chapters don't get neat endings. Fans will keep speculating. Edits will keep circulating. And somewhere in Istanbul, two actors who once played the perfect love story will keep pretending they never really knew each other at all. And maybe that's the saddest part. Not the heartbreak, but the silence that followed. Because when love, real or imagined, ends without closure, what's left isn't anger. It's just distance. And sometimes that hurts more